Okay, hey guys, this is Brennan Schaus again. I decided I wanted to make a video on my writing process and how it's working right now, and also telling you guys a little bit of like how it's going to change. Um, so I like to dictate my stuff. If you've seen the last video, I wrote 5 books in a year, and none of them came out. I put one on my blog, and the rest of them just kind of sat in my desktop. There's a thing called Heinlein's Rules, which um, I will make videos about at some point. Um, he's an old science fiction writer. Probably remind me. I'll probably forget. Anyways, I like to dictate my fiction, and I don't have Dragon Dictation yet. It's very expensive. It's very expensive software. I'm going to try to wait till it goes on sale. Hopefully Black Friday. I'm part of a group on Facebook and some about Dragon and dictation people, and some of them feel that it'll go on sale because it's very expensive. Right now, what I'm using is actually something I found in the group. I don't know how well. Oh, it's reflecting really badly. Do that? Okay. So what you guys are seeing right now is a free thing on my phone. It is called. I'm gonna put this up on the video clip of the app. It's called Voice Record Pro. There's 7 of them. I'm using the first version of the software. It makes an awful lot of mistakes, a incredible amount of mistakes, but it's still better than just typing. Writing 5 books in a year meant that I'm also a cashier, and I write papers and stuff for college and everything. So because of that, I do a lot of work with my hands. Almost everything is with my hands in some form of repetitive motion, which is carpal tunnel, very, very bad. I've tried dictation several times. Part of the push for it this time is my dad got carpal tunnel surgery on both of his hands, and I mean the cuts. Sorry, let me get focus. The cuts went from like right about here to here, and some of the ugliest scars or some of the ugliest cuts I've ever seen. Um, it wasn't good. He feels a lot better, and he's doing a lot better now. But I'm trying different exercises. Um, I will probably try to make like a thing of good videos. If you look up like carpal tunnel stretches, there's a lot of really good videos. This video is really going off track. We're gonna get back on track. So what I'm saying, this app, boom, get it. It's at 83% right now. I've got quite a bit of words. I generally only dictate like 2,000 words an hour. I'm writing into the dark, gardening, discovery writing, pantsing, however people want to say it. There's a lot of different terms by other writers. I'm sure there's dozens more that I haven't heard yet. I don't know what Stephen King calls himself, but I know he's kind of like in that. He has no idea what he's doing. He just types along until he gets to the end. Boom, he's done. So I don't dictate necessarily as fast as most people do, or write um, as quickly per hour as most people do. I generally only get a couple hours, if that. Sometimes it's like an hour a day to do anything. So if I can walk around instead of just sitting down and dictate, I can get like 2,000 to 2,500 words done in that hour of dictation, and then it ends up being a little bit. It fluctuates because sometimes it's like it deletes large sections of what I actually said, and I know how I wanted to say things differently this time, and I'm still editing in Creative Voice. So once this is done, there's a button at the bottom of it. It's really easy to figure this out, guys. I'll even put a thing for my personal settings up there. I think that using uncompressed files works way, way better. So far, it seems to be working way, way better. And I'm only trying to use this until I can afford to get like a dictaphone, which is like a microphone that you can put one of the dead cat things over it. You know, it just blocks out the wind noise. You talk into it. It's extremely high quality, and it will make a lot less mistakes than, you know, a plug-in headset. So that's what I'm planning on doing eventually. But for right now, I'm going to keep updating this. And maybe making this a series as my writing process changes if there's any other writers out there that are interested. So what I do once it's done is there's a button at the bottom here. Shoot. See right at the bottom, you can't touch it right now. It says append to notes. So I do that and I select, copy, paste it into an email it to myself. I then will paste it into an email, or I will then I already pasted an email. I will paste it into the document in the font that I like to write in, which is Courier 12 point. And I'll show you guys a video of me then going through and correcting it. Once I do that, the writing is really, really tight. It's really good. There will be a lot of errors you'll see in this, like grammar errors and that. That gets fixed in the third draft. I go through with a fine-tooth comb after I have some people like, hey, you didn't really get this across quite as well as maybe you wanted to. Maybe, like add a little bit here. And I'll do some of that. And then I will put it through some grammar checkers, Grammarly, Google Docs, Pro Writing Aid, the free version. And that will get it really tight. I have people read it back to me to catch if I use the wrong form of a word, because sometimes, especially with dictation, unless you're speaking the entire sentence straight through, it messes up a lot. And sometimes they're really bad at figuring out which tense you wanted to, like TWO, TOO, or TO. It messes those up a lot. Especially if it can't tell from context clues which version you're using. There's a lot of things we say that we don't realize how similar it sounds to two words or to another word. And especially if you're not enunciating it clearly, which I'm from the Midwest, so some of my words I tend to slur and say things wrong, or wrong compared to or instead of or. There's a lot of vocal tics like that I'm hoping Dragon does a better job recognizing than this app does. But this app is free. It's at 93%. It takes it as long to transcribe as it did for me to say it, which kind of is annoying, but whatever, I'll get over it. I don't know how much I can do because these files are pretty huge, and I've used up most of the storage on my phone. I didn't get the 128 gigabyte storage on my phone, so I don't have that much left after the apps and things I have. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll show you guys the file on the application, or I'll do a screen recording and show you guys me fixing it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, ways that things I could maybe improve, do to try and improve these videos, let me know. And I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, I think this is working. So here you guys can see right here. So far today, it was actually 36-minute recording, I think, almost 37 minutes. So it was 1,278 words total out of my minimum goal of 2,000. Up here you can see that I thought this was going to be a short story. Not so sure that it's going to be a short story. I'm going to try and put this up to 15,000. I think that's probably a bit closer to what it's actually going to be. I think I'm going to have to double check for short stories, but I'll still probably call it a short story anyway. I don't see the point in calling it just a novelette. Nobody really seems to understand what that is in the first place. So as you can see, there's just block text. It is just blocks and blocks of text, and there's some stuff that's right. Dialogue, you can see it deleted a sentence here, or it should have been just close quote, new line. This shouldn't have been on the new line, and then this should have been probably an entire sentence. It does stuff like that a lot. But as you can see, there's also stuff that if you start flicking through it,
you could tell that it's minimal errors in some parts, especially when I was saying the entire sentences. You have to really learn to work dictation in your favor, make it work better for you, do some stuff so it works better. It's going to take me a little while to fix all of this. So I will be back once I have corrected it. You guys can see what it looks like now. I'll show you what it looks like at the end. And then I'll tell you about how much time it takes. I would just record me doing this, but sometimes I take breaks. I go around, I look at other stuff, I do other things in between, especially if it's like a really busy day. I don't always get to dictate and then immediately fix it like I do today. Today is a real treat. I don't normally get to have this privilege. So I will be back in a little while and show you guys what I've got. So this is take two. Where was the thing? Oh, crud. Okay, so I wrote 1,292 words. It took me, I stopped the other video at 10:13, but I wasn't really going hard at fixing it. I was checking my phone, checking Facebook. I am easily distracted, which is part of the good thing with dictation, is at least the words are there even if it takes me longer to fix them. I will edit what I wrote regardless. I'm also changing it. I decided today I'm going to bump up my goal to 2,500 words. I'm about done with school, so that's going to make it way easier because I'm practically there with just an hour of dictation and then just dinking around a little bit. Like an hour and 10 minutes would easily put me at 2,500 words. Then I edit, you delete some sentences, you add some things in other places. So overall, this works really well. I'm excited to get Dragon and tell you guys how that works. But for now, hopefully that has helped you guys. If it has, please like and comment and share to any of your writer friends if you think they would find this helpful. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful day and happy Thanksgiving.